Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another fantastic edition of the Practice Gratitude Success Show. And first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody who's here today. Len, thank you so much for coming. Len Mooney is actually going to be coming to my house later on today. And, so we'll be sharing some cool stuff together, I'm pretty sure. Roseanne, thank you so much. I named both of you along with Teri and Chris Shells. Thank you for being is my people who I'm grateful for today. So I don't even have to really read who I'm grateful for today because you're all here. Everybody that I named is here, but I'm going to do it anyways because I always do it. I start off every day. And I haven't always done it, even though I always do it in my videos and I post it on Facebook and things like that. But now I'm making sure that I say that every day when I start off my show. So today I'm really grateful for God. I'm grateful for my family, my friends. I'm grateful for me, for my abundant blessings, all the lessons I had before, things that are happening in my life now, and all the gratitude in advance, all the cool things that's coming my way. You know, when you put yourself in that vibration of gratitude in advance, things just seem to come your way more, my way more, whoever does it's going to come their way. I'm really grateful for our gratitude warriors, our wellness warriors, which most of the people here are wellness warriors. I'm grateful for our abundance warriors, our happiness warriors, like Happiness Hunter Teri, and our prayer warriors. The prayer warriors are so cool because I've had them for years and years. And whenever somebody needs something done, somebody has a prayer, somebody's sick or something happened, I've been sort of like the conduit for that. People say, could you put a prayer out? And I will. And then all of a sudden people come out of the woodwork and they pray for people. And it's just so cool. I just love, that's why I love my friends. I love my friends so much. They're just some awesome people that I have in my life, you know, all coming directly from God. So it's just really cool. Hey, Jackson, welcome. Thanks for coming here today. But it's just so neat. And so that's it. So Teri, you have something. Teri Miller is my sister. Teri Miller. The Happiness Hunter is my co-host today. Now, Teri is an author. For people who don't know, she's an author. She's an angel speaker. She's one of our wellness warriors, and she's just an awesome lady. She's doing some really cool things, and she's actually said she's going to share something today. She said she did a reading for me, and I didn't even know it. And we're going to share it on the air at some point. We'll save that towards the end. We'll save that a little bit towards the end. So we'll keep the suspense going. This way people they won't leave because they want to see what the reading is. And I don't know what the reading is either. I have no idea what the reading is. So she said, you want me to share it off the air? I said, no, let's run it. I don't really have too much to share or too much to hide. So anyway, Teri, welcome and thank you so much for coming today. I know this was hard because your internet was down just a few minutes ago.
Yes, it was.
You're here, so
it was, Bobby. Thank you. Good morning. Thank you for having me. And good morning to everyone in the chat room. Love all you guys, and I'm so grateful that the internet decided to cooperate at the last moment. It was like all of a sudden it was there. And, you know, Bob, I'm hosting the Archangels in my home right now, and I'll discuss that a little bit. But I asked them, okay, angels, you know, I don't know what all this problem is with the internet. It's been on and off since last night, but off all morning. And I said, if you want me to be on the air, if you want anybody to hear what I have to say, then, you know, make it happen. And it was like just before, like, what was it, 5 minutes before showtime, something like that. I clicked my email, and sure enough, it came up, and there was the link that Bob had sent me to come on the air. And I said, okay, I'll give it a whirl. Clicked it, and Bob goes, you're here. I said, yes, you're here, I'm here. So the angels obviously wanted me on the air. And what happens when you host the Archangels, it's a ritual that happens where you have a certain date set, a date and a time. That there's 6 Archangels that will come and spend 5 days with you in your home. So these Archangels have been with me since Sunday. And it's so amazing because you actually feel an energy shift when the angels are here. You feel that huge excitement, and even my cats feel it. As soon as they came in, you have to open the door and let the angels in. It's like part of that ritual that you do. So I opened the door, I let the angels in, and one of my cats just took off and went to the other room like, oh, I can't handle all this energy, because it is a big energy shift. But I spend time just talking with them and, you know, getting messages from them and just asking them, you know, for direction, for guidance in my life. And it's a beautiful experience if you all have not done it and something you might be interested in. You know, there's a lot to it because you you actually prepare for it. It's just like you're going to have guests, physical guests in your home. You want to clean your house, make sure you have a clean home for them to come into, and prepare yourself mentally to have this blessing of having them there with you. So it's just amazing. And they made my internet come back on. So I'm just really thrilled that they did that, Bob, that I could be here to share with you today.
That's cool. Hey, Teri, I have a question. Do you have to feed them or anything like that?
Yes, I had to put on an apple for them. Seriously.
Like Santa Claus with the milk and cookies.
That's part of the ritual is you put out an apple. You have an altar that you set up, and it includes a candle that you have lit the whole time they're here. I don't know all the significance of all of this. I just know to do it. You light a candle and keep it lit. You put an apple out for them. And afterwards, after they leave, you're the one that eats the apple. They don't eat it. You do. I guess it's like they bless it or something while they're here. And then you make 3 wishes. And the wishes are one for yourself, one for your family, and one for Mother Earth. And you write those wishes out, put it in an envelope, and set the apple on top of it. And then after they leave, they have time in between when they leave you and the next place they're going. And they're supposedly working on these requests that you have made, those 3 requests.
Interesting. Maybe you could even, with a candle, you could probably even have like roast apples or make an apple pie.
Well, I noticed my apple has a little brown spot on it, so I'm hoping it will last the whole 5 days.
Right, yeah. I hope it's an organic apple.
Yes, I always buy organic apples.
Because apples are some of the things, I guess, that really aren't good if they're not organic. I mean, we're all learning that. We're learning more and more about that, but because they spray so much stuff on everything these days, everything is, we think it's good, but it's not, So. Oh,
I know, absolutely. I'm learning more and more about that, Bob. And the more I learn about it, the more I'm like, I don't want anything in my house that's not organic now. It's just one of those things. When you educate yourself, then you know what to do and what not to do.
We become more aware of our surroundings, and that's a cool thing about our whole wellness warriors. I mentioned the wellness warriors. Hey, you know what? Before I do, I'm going to, because there's a few people that I didn't mention here today on this that I was really grateful for today. So before I go there, I forgot to mention Nicole Harris and Christopher Rausch. I actually got Christopher Rausch and Chris Schaus mixed up in my video this morning because I was saying his name, then I said Christopher Schaus. Hey, listen, they sound the same, don't they? Christopher Rausch, Chris Schaus.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. And Jackson Kelly, of course, he was one too. And I mentioned the reason why I was grateful for all these people as well. And the whole thing about our wellness warriors, it's so cool because we feed off of each other. We're all learning. We're helping each other to grow. So this is something that we weren't even aware of a couple of months ago. I mean, I wasn't. I was always aware of looking to improve my health. Always wanted to, but when you're surrounded by a community of people who are doing the same thing and lifting you up and sharing cool stuff, it rubs off on you. It rubs off on you. And
it does.
And not only that, Teri, but also the success mindset, the abundance mindset of all the people that we're associated with right now. Starting off like first thing in the morning, it was 8 o'clock my time, so 11 o'clock your time. So it's not really the beginning in the morning, but we have that Set It on Fire call with Doug Fireball, and it's just like, and today was Angel Belichowski, and it's just so cool. And Jackson Kelly's on a lot of times. It's just so cool because you just you get into that whole mindset thing of growing and just becoming more. Just focus on what we have to do to stay focused and be successful in life. So when you are around people like that, it just lifts you up, doesn't it?
It does, absolutely does. And the people that I'm around a lot here that I socialize with, they're just seeing such a difference. And they're seeing the things that I post on Facebook about improving the lifestyle and going more organic, getting rid of all the toxins as much as possible in my life. And I've shared the product with some of my friends, and I'm actually starting to get some people say, yes, I want to order some of that. So that's encouraging to me that, maybe they're not interested in doing the business part of it, but at least they want to experience having that in their life and getting rid of the toxins in their life. Especially the reds and the greens. Those to me are just so important to do every day. And I do that every day.
Yeah, so true. Not everybody has a mindset to create a business of doing something like that. But I guess the success, I guess the reorder rate for this is something like about 90% or something like that. Oh, Chris, am I blurry?
Yeah, you're still blurry.
Okay, I'm blurry. So what should I do if I'm blurry here? Is there any tricks? Go to I'm blurry. Let me see. I could turn my camera off and talk. I could do that. So what should I do? Anybody have any suggestions of how I can become unblurred? I thought it was my camera earlier. I cleaned it. I look fine to me. Of course, I always
blurry on one side.
Just on one side. So should I just turn to my good side? Go
yeah, turn to your good side, Bob.
I've got that face made for radio anyway. So
Christy says to keep the camera on.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I do, because you mentioned before we came on today. You said I look like I was blurry. So I don't know. I cleaned. I licked my lens. You know, I did take my lens off and I licked it. So, but you look great. And Teri, did you lose? You lost some weight, didn't you?
I am losing weight, and all I'm doing are the greens and the reds. You know, I haven't done any of the diet shakes yet. Thank you, Christian and Jackson. But yeah, that's all I'm doing. That's the life change I've made, is not just, you know, making sure of the food that I bring in is organic, and, you know, just watching more what I'm eating, what I'm consuming, cutting out like any fried foods, anything that's, even any kind of
cooking
oil or anything like that I'm using now. I'm using
coconut
more.
Oil is great.
Coconut oil, I love it. I love it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
and yeah, just making those little changes, and just it helps. Every day it helps.
And you know, I think what holds some people back is, you know, they don't want to make a commitment to changing, like going vegan or something like that. They don't want to go all the way, because they're saying, well, if I do that, then if I don't do it, then they feel like a failure. And so don't look at it that way. Just go a little bit towards there. I mean, I'm not taking credit for saying this, but I love the philosophy of just moving towards the things that we want to do, the things that are going to help us better, and move away from the things that we don't. It's a simple strategy. Just move towards the stuff that are going to help, and that goes with people. It goes with the things that we eat, the things that we drink, just all that stuff. And we're not going to be 100%. We're never going to be 100%. You know, there's some day you might walk by and there's a Twinkie. You go eat the damn Twinkie. Don't feel guilty about the Twinkie. I mean, first of all, you should eat the Twinkie, but if you do, don't worry about it. You know, it's, you know, life should be enjoyed. Life should be fun. Life should be happy, like a happy hunter, and just enjoy life, and don't stress out over things. Just move towards things that are going to be good, going to help you, and then move away from the things that aren't. So, I mean, I don't even see, you know, I mentioned this a lot of times. You know, this is a political year, right? Aren't we at like the election year this year?
I don't know. I don't listen to news.
Somebody told me there's an election year this year. I don't see the political posters. I don't participate in anything that pops up. But they don't pop up a little bit. I'll see somebody talking about so and so and so and so. The only time I ever hear the political stuff is when Jackson Kelly has his Friday Night Live show. You know, and he's always running smack on politicians.
And we boo him.
But he does it. But he does it to everybody. He runs smack.
I know. It's all in fun. But yeah, I don't pay any attention to the negatives. And you know, there are, of course, with any election year, there's all of that back and forth. You know, bashing of the politicians, bashing each other, and I just, you know, I don't need that in my life. I just don't. And like you said before, just making the little changes, and to me it's baby steps. You know, we can change one thing at a time, and at least we're making forward progress. You know, we're going forward instead of staying in a rut or going backwards, you know, which a lot of people do, and they fall into the lower vibration, fall into depression because of everything that's happening around them, that they blame the external. You know, instead of looking inside, what can I change inside of me?
Exactly. That's it. All comes from there, doesn't it, Teri? It all comes from.
It does.
From the inside, our heart. That's where everything is. Everything comes from that place. And you're right. There's. I mean, the things external are controlled by the things that go on in our inside and our heart, our internal life. So
Right.
Hey, now, Teri, don't you have isn't your Paul Santisi Happiness Angels show come on tonight?
The Happiness Angels are taking a break tonight.
All right. Oh, okay.
We have one on vacation and one that had a conflict. So tonight, instead of the Happiness Angels, Lisa McCoy is going to be on my show. And we're going to talk about the inner child. I think you're familiar with Lisa. Have you met Lisa?
I think I have. Yes, I think I have met her. Uh-huh.
Lisa's an awesome person and very intuitive, very insightful, and has a lot of energy. So we're going to talk about the inner child tonight. We're going to play. So anybody wants to come play with us tonight, we'll be on at 10 o'clock tonight, Eastern time.
Will the angels be there?
I will be there. And of course,
your archangels.
My archangels, yes, will definitely be there. And that's why I didn't want to just cancel the show tonight and not do a show, because the angels are here. And I just want that energy to go out over the airwaves and let everybody experience that beautiful energy that they put out. So, yeah, we'll be talking about the inner child and how important it is to nurture our inner child. And, we're working on Time Forgives right now. It's kind of a slow process at the moment, but there's been a lot that's been downloaded to me as far as working with that inner child to help us when we need to forgive something or someone in our lives. The inner child is so important to consult with, because that's who's hurting. That's who's feeling the pain when we don't forgive. We're holding all that inside, and we're kind of covering up that inner child with other stuff. We're stuffing it down and burying it. So when we do this forgiveness, or Time Forgives, we actually ask that inner child to come outside and to communicate with us and help us to forgive whatever it is that needs forgiveness. So yeah, so Lisa and I will be talking about the inner child tonight.
Oh, that's cool. Did you used to watch the Twilight Zone years ago? The old
yes.
The half-an-hour editions.
Yes.
Do you remember that one they used to have where they played it was called Kick the Can, and there were a bunch of people in a nursing home, and then they start going outside and they would like start kicking the can around, and they would transform themselves. They would be really young, like 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, and they were running around playing Kick the Can. But it was they ended up becoming that. They ended up like going there and becoming, and like one guy was like he kept saying, no, I'm not going to do that. It's silly. He didn't want to go and play with them, and he stayed to be an old person inside the home. And everybody else was like young out there playing. Talk about the inner child. It was just fun.
Yes, I know. We need to play. We need to do stuff fun. I remember when we were a kid, it was like we would get bored if we weren't doing something. And so we would just create things to do, to entertain ourselves and to play and to have fun. And as adults, we forget to do that. We're so busy with everything, we just forget to have that imagination time and the creative time in our lives. We do need that. I mean, the whole world was our oyster. Anything we wanted to do, people had these like amazing ideas of what they wanted to accomplish. I think aren't you the one who sent me the thing about Pam Groot? Yes.
Was it? Yeah. And she said, so Teri sent me this watched the YouTube video. She sent me, I think, the ebook or something too. But this lady was talking about how when we're young, if they would ask people in kindergarten, okay, who's this, who's an actress, who's an actor, who's a painter, and everybody's raising their hands, because most people could visualize, they can imagine themselves being whatever it is, a fighter pilot or astronaut, whatever they want it to be. And then several years later, they ask them again, and like the same class of people, and only like maybe half the hands went up. And then they ask them again, like when they're like in 8th grade, and only like a quarter of the hands went up. Then they ask the same ones when they're in high school, and only a few hands went up. Somewhere along the line, now, I mean, some people probably had different interests, but along the line, somebody told them they can't. Somebody they did an aptitude test, or somebody said, you're not good at this, you can't do this. And they learned that they can't do things. Now, we're not all gonna do everything. We should just find what we want to do, and then do more of that. Be happy, because if you do the things that you want to do, it might be just hunting mushrooms, whatever it is that you want to do that. because that's your calling. That's your calling card, isn't it, Teri? Like I mean, you get to, your calling, I think, is with these angels. I think that's your calling. You feel these angels coming to you, and now you're expanding on it, where you're showing other people how to live a healthy life. And I mean, doesn't that feel wonderful? And Teri, before I'm ranting on, you got a new job just recently too, didn't you?
I do. I have a new job. It's a part-time job, but it's 3 days a week, and I'm assisting someone who is a medium. He's a world-renowned medium.
Yeah.
Psychic.
I called into that show that one day.
Yeah, he's a psychic healer, medium, and he's just so wonderful overall. He helps so many people, Bob. There are people from all over the world that want this man to just do a healing on them, because it is amazing, his power that he's connected to. And I've learned so much from him. I consider him one of my mentors when I was going through all my struggles and trying to figure out who I was in my life path. He was one that really just helped me along the way by showing me so many things and opened up some of my spiritual powers. So, yeah.
How long have you known him for?
2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does he have a website?
He does. It's called ourjourneyoflife.com. And his name is Joseph Labrutto. And he's actually been certified as one of the top psychics in the world.
Wow.
Because he's just that tapped into spirit and can do amazing things with reaching people that have already passed and giving messages from heaven to people that have lost someone. And, I've experienced this with him firsthand. I know how amazing he is. And I'm just in awe that it just kind of dropped in my lap. It's like he texted me one day and he's like, would you like to do this? Hello. Would I love to do this?
Wow.
So, yeah, it's just a very amazing thing that's happened.
No, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I wanted to say before we run out of time, because I know we're getting close, I wanted to mention also that this Saturday, the 14th, we're having a day of time online. And what that's going to be is every hour on the hour, there's going to be a Time Heals facilitator that will explain what Time Heals is. And there will actually be one person chosen from the audience that will receive a time healing right there at that moment on the air. And anybody can ask questions and discuss what it's all about.
And how do they find that, Teri?
There's an event, and I'll be posting it a lot in the next couple of days, now that my internet's back up.
Right.
But yeah, it's an event called Day of Time. And like I said, I'll be putting it on my Facebook page, on Angel Speakers. I'll be blasting it all over, and I'll send you the link to it as well.
Yeah, share to mine as well. That's cool. Hey, so do you want to do that reading on me then how long does that take?
We've got time. All right, so I have a new oracle deck. I have never used cards. I tried to learn tarot, and it just didn't resonate with it. A lot of people, they use that and other cards, and to help them, just to bring the messages forward to people. But about a month ago, I was with a friend, and she introduced me to this deck. It's an called Oracle Cards, and it's written by Elena Fairchild. If you can see that, it's called Sacred Rebels. And it just, when I picked the box up in the bookstore that I was in, I couldn't put it back down. It was one of those things where it just like glued itself to my hand. And like I said, I don't use cards normally. I just go with intuition and whatever messages I hear from spirit. But using this deck, I found, I asked the angels what they want me to say to the person, and then pulled the cards. And I pulled 3 cards for you. And the first card I pulled is called Faith in the Process. Let me see that. Okay, Faith in the Process. And what it's telling you, Bob, is that you're going through something that you're growing. There's a growth period for you right now. And I think you can probably relate to that and resonate with that you are growing in what you're doing. I've seen it with your gratitude. I've seen it with your business that's happening. And it's just telling you to have confidence in what's going on, that you're not alone. You have a lot of power behind you, a lot of spiritual power behind you, because they see what's happening with you, and they just want you to have faith in the process that it is happening, that it's coming to fruition. And, you know, a lot of times we don't see what's ahead of us, because when things manifest, it's like a spiral. And sometimes what we want, we think we're not seeing it. We're thinking, when's it ever going to get here? Is it ever going to come? I'm not seeing what I want, what I've asked for in my life. But what happens is, with that spiral of it coming to us, it may be around the bend. And I know you probably heard the term to don't give up just before the miracle happens, or 1 minute before the miracle happens. And that's the case with this. It's what they're telling you. Don't give up, because what you're reaching for, what you've asked for, could be just around the bend. And once you turn that bend, you'll see it. It's going to be there. It's going to be manifested into your life. So the faith in the process is what they're telling you to begin with. And then the second card that I pulled is bring it into form. To just keep trusting, keep putting it out there, keep moving forward, and trusting that that next step you take is going to land on solid ground. Or that leap that you take, you're going to reach the other side that's solid, that you're going to land on. To just not waver, just keep going forward confidently in what you're reaching for. And then the third card is trust yourself. So it's just an amazing, amazing reading that you had, because it's telling you about this journey that you're on, and the things that you're wanting to call to you to manifest in your life, and to just trust that it's there, that it's happening. And it's just a reassurance that you're in the right place, you're doing the right things.
I thank you, Teri. I really appreciate you thinking about me and doing it. And it's so true, though. And because we're all on this journey, we're all on a journey. And if we're always like looking for, well, when I get this, I'll be happy. No, the happiness is right now. This is where the juice is. This is where the fun is, when we're interacting with people, when we're doing things. We might not have this major big mansion or whatever yet. Maybe we do. I know Len does down in Mexico with his backdrop right in the Pacific Ocean. But we might not all have that. But we have. But if you're happy inside now, then everything we do is just, it's all part of the journey. And it's just so, I mean, I love where I'm at right now. I would never quit. I would never give up anything, no matter what. Because what would I quit? What would I do if I quit? And quit what? Quit my living?
Yeah, well, that's kind of what the cards are telling you, that you're on the right path. You know, you're on the right journey. You're doing what's right for you, and exactly. You're feeling that. And I think that's when I pulled those cards, I was just smiling. I was like, well, yes, this is Bob. You know, he's on that journey of happiness, of gratitude, of just, you know, right now your life is just taking off, and it's just beautiful. It's beautiful to see.
I love it, and I love seeing. That's why just whole practicing gratitude and mentioning people. I see the same thing with everybody, like all the people that are here. You know, Chris, Roseanne, Christy, Jackson, Len. I mean, I just, all the people that come every single day. I see the same happening to them. The same thing happening to them. We're all in it. We're all in that space, because we're all around each other, and it just the tide lifts all the ships. Doesn't just like lift 3 of them, then the other 2 go down. You know, we're all doing it. So it's cool. It's wonderful. So yeah, thank you, Roseanne has to take off. So thank you, Roseanne. Thank you for coming here today. You're awesome, and congratulations for being our first gold member of my team. Yes. You know, so Roseanne has done it. Roseanne is right underneath Teri, so I really appreciate and honor everything that you're doing, Roseanne. Thank you so much, and thank you, Teri, for bringing Roseanne into the mix, and all the people that are coming in underneath her and stuff like that. So such a great community that we have here. So is there anything final that you want to say before we get out of here? Hey, Nicole.
Just thank you all for being here. You're all awesome, and I just love you. I love this journey that I'm on. I'm always looking for happiness and trying to share that happiness as much as possible with everyone that I come into contact with, and that's what it's all about. You know, we're here in this life. We should be happy we're in this life, not miserable and not like complaining about everything, but actually look for something, one day at a time. Look for something in your life that you can be happy for, and give appreciation for that. It's all in the gratitude, Bob.
And being a happiness hunter, somebody who actually hunts happiness. Go out there and hunt happiness, and that's a cool thing to do. Hey, make sure you share that link for your show tonight on my Facebook wall.
I will. I'll put it on there.
And then I'll try to show. I'm still kind of blackballed by Facebook. I can't tag anybody, and I'm having a hard time. You know, that's me sending out those porn videos all the time. So
I know.
I'll tone that.
You're being happy. You went to your happy place.
Okay, thanks everybody. Thanks for coming here. And
Thank you all.
Tomorrow I have a person that nobody knows. His name is Matt O'Grady. He's a friend of Carolyn Flower, the lady who wrote the book Gravitate to Gratitude. And so we're going to be doing a conference call, the three of us, tomorrow. We're going to be having an event here in San Diego, probably in November. So we're putting this whole thing together. I'll talk to you about that, Len, when you get here. So it should be really cool. So he's going to be on here tomorrow. I just asked him today if he what he's doing tomorrow. So he said okay. So Matt O'Grady, his name is, but he's got a radio show as well. So it'd be great for everybody to connect with him. Okay, we'll talk to you later then. Thanks everybody.
Bye, Bob. Thank you again. Bye, everyone.
God bless you. Bye bye.